Hi loves, welcome back to another video, and I'm excited because I finally was able to get to this video and do what I need to do to edit it, because I really take the time to record these videos, and it's already said that my phone has 128 gigabytes and it's already acting up. But anyway, I am making the brioche bread recipe, and the flour I just used is whole white ground wheat flour, and it has a protein content that is 12 to 13%, so that's slightly higher than all-purpose flour, but I did use it as a way of just getting more nutrients in my bread, because normally brioche is already a heavy bread, so with the eggs and stuff, but I am going a little fast here. So yes, and my bowl is some yeast. I use instant dry yeast, some of the flour. I put about 2 cups of that. No, I put about a cup of that, and some water, or no, I put some milk in there, and yeah, the honey as the sweetener. And basically all you're gonna do is combine those ingredients first, and then you're gonna let it rest in your bowl for 15 minutes until the yeast kind of has a reaction, to the sugar and stuff, because that's what's gonna make it bloom. So this is what you want 15 minutes later, nice and puffy. And yeah, brioche is kind of like eggy, like challah bread. That's the other bread that's really buttery and delicious. But we are gonna go in with a total of 6 eggs, 5 whole eggs and 1 egg yolk, and then you're just gonna beat that in, and then we're basically gonna add our flour a little bit at a time, so not all at once, basically. So yeah, I'm just whisking my eggs in. And once that's well incorporated, we're gonna go ahead and I believe add our flour. Well, before I did that, I did add vanilla and something else. Like I said, I basically did an experiment on this bread because I'm using this bread for my pop-up to make the sandwiches. So, and I'm going in with some sugar, 5 tablespoons total. I will have to double the recipe because this only makes 12 buns, 12 brioche buns, but if you want 24, I would suggest like double the recipe, or even more. If you need more than that, triple the recipe. So yeah, I'll put sugar in here. I'm trying to think of the next ingredient. I think it was, I incorporated this. Yeah. I stir that in. And then I want to say that our flour is going to be next. And the flour you add a little bit at a time. I think it was like a cup, or, well, you needed a total of 3.5 to 4 cups of flour. So, but we add a little bit at a time. I remember that. So, but Okay, there we go. We got our flour going. And we're gonna stir that in by hand at first, just to kind of get it going. And then I did switch to my dough hook attachment, so we are gonna use that pretty much the whole time today to knead our bread as well. So you don't really have to knead this bread by hand. You can let your mixer do all the work for you. So yeah, I'm thinking this part of the recipe, I want to say I had to mix it for a minute before I added my flour and stuff in it. So yeah, you want to mix it for a minute, like a few minutes. It's raining out today.
Close my eyes. I got him. And bang. Ooh. What is it? I know. Every day I wake up and I try to honor that promise that I made to the city and the people who live in it.
Okay, yeah, so yeah, at this stage, this is where you add a little bit of your butter at the same time. So I used a total of 2 sticks plus 2 tablespoons of butter. So yeah, this is also a very buttery bread, but we add in a quarter of it at a time out of the 2 sticks and 2 tablespoons of butter. So yeah, that was actually the first step. Put a little bit of flour in there just to incorporate it. Then we're gonna add butter in between each addition. I want to say I did butter and flour. Yeah. Yes, that's what I did here. And then, importantly, you do want to mix your butter in for about 1 to 2 minutes. So I kind of had a timer set on my microwave, so that's what I'm doing here. I'm just timing each time it takes to incorporate that butter in. So yeah, once you incorporate the butter, this is where you add like a half a cup of flour at a time. So you just want to incorporate the flour and the butter in small batches, basically. Once in a while, scrape down your bowl of, so that way you can get all the ingredients incorporated. Yeah, so it took me like probably a total of 5 additions to do this. So I did kind of, I know I eventually did pause my video so I could show to the next step. But yeah, I do this quite a few times. So, but you want to keep, gradually adding butter and flour at this stage. But yeah, like I said, loves, I want to be more self-taught on the bread. I guess you can say I'm inspired by doing the bread right now because of the job that I'm at now. So, in our bakery, we make fresh bread every day: croissants, bagels, sourdough bread. We make something called a breakfast bread. We do wheat bread. You can pretty much any bread you can think of, we have. So, and yeah, I'm just inspired to do a little bit of that. So, but like I said, this is kind of a long video, so this is only going to be part 1, and part 2 is going to be me shaping the dough as well. So stay tuned for that. So. And then, yes, loves, at this stage, the dough is starting to pull away from the sides of the bowl, kind of. Basically, well, no, this is probably not it yet, but because it looked a little dry to me, so I think I added a little bit more flour. So I'm not dry, a little more wet, excuse me. So, and once you kind of have all your butter incorporated, basically, and all your flour incorporated, you want to beat your dough for about, I would say this is what, a third or fourth speed. You want to incorporate some gluten in it, so we're gonna beat it for a total of, I want to